שלום נובק ג'וקוביץ'.
שלום.
מה נשמע?
טוב, תודה.
We are very excited to have you here with us in the Sports Channel for an exclusive interview. How are you today?
I'm very good, thank you. How about you?
I'm great. I mean,
great.
quite an experience seeing you here. How do you feel right before Wimbledon begins?
I'm feeling great. Played fantastic tennis in last couple of months. Highlighted at the French Open, where I made a couple of big wins and comebacks, and then of course being a part of a great final with Nadal was also enjoying. Unfortunately, I lost that match, but look, you know, it was a great match to be a part of, and we had a couple of interruptions, and it was my first Roland Garros final ever. So I'm coming into this year's Wimbledon with confidence, and so I feel good on the court.
To my opinion, the word that describes you most is a winner. It seems like you can come back from anything. Describe me, what does it feel to be a winner?
Well, you know, being a winner doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a winner only on the tennis matches. You know, I think for me, being a winner means respecting the sport, you know, loving the sport that you know, allowed you to be where you are. You know, this sport offered me so much, and I'm trying to give something in return, and always, you know, respectful to your colleagues, of course. And look, you know, there is no secret in the fact that when you come back home from a successful day at work, and if you win a match, there is no better feeling when you look at yourself in the mirror and say, okay, it's great to be a winner.
Yeah, and you know, for you specifically, it seems like you can come back from anything, you know, that amazing forehand. Like, it's that confidence that you have inside? Like, well, tell me about the process that you've made.
Well, confidence is very important in the human's character, you know, in not just in sport, but in everyday's life, and well, especially in a professional sport, because confidence is something that is helping you in those difficult moments, you know, and of course the necessary experience that you have playing on a top level throughout many years. And you know, I've had some great matches where I saved many match points against Federer last year in US Open, and this year against Tsonga. And you know, at the end of the matches, you try to analyze what happened, and it's really hard to describe what goes through your mind at that moment. But you try to follow your instincts, and you try to rely on the hard work that you put into, and that confidence that you have, the self-belief on the court, and in the end it pays off.
What do you like most about Wimbledon?
Well, I love the tradition, the history of this tournament that, in my opinion, I think many other players will share the opinion, is most prestigious tennis event in the world, the most valuable one, and I think the Wimbledon final is the most watched tennis match throughout the year from all the tennis matches. And last year, winning this title, my dreams came true. I realized all my childhood dreams, you know, and became a #1 of the world. So it was just an incredible experience, and being back here and playing on the grass, that is probably the rarest surface that we have now in sport, comparing to obviously you know, 30, 40, 50 years ago when all the tennis matches were played in grass, and now we have only a couple of weeks a year to play on it. So we are trying to use every opportunity and enjoy this experience.
ואתם הצופים בבית, כמה אתם יודעים על נובק ג'וקוביץ'? איפה הוא זכה בתואר הגרנד סלאם הראשון שלו? האם באוסטרליה, רולנד גרוס, ווימבלדון, או שאולי זה היה בארצות הברית? אם אתם יודעים את התשובה, תשלחו SMS ל-5511 ואולי תזכו בפרס. מתנת?
מדרסי תמיר כפיר, המדרסים של עשרות טניסאים בסבב ה-ATP, ובראשם נובק ג'וקוביץ'.
You have a great team working with you, and we know that you used to work a lot, you still do, with Israelis. Tell me a little bit about your Israeli connection, please.
Yes, indeed. I was always surrounded with the Israeli people. I was working with Amit Naor and Alon Kaushkuri for 7 or 8 years. They were my agents, and we had a great relationship that that brought a lot of success to both sides. And I had Ronen Bega, who was my fitness coach for a couple of years, and then after that, of course, for last 4 or 5 years, I've been using the insoles from Tamir Kfir, and he's been also my friend and somebody that has helped me, obviously, with his insoles that are very important for my movement. You know, it's very sensitive you know, to talk about the tennis shoes and the insoles, because it's extremely important for you to feel comfortable on the court. So for whatever makes you feel comfortable, you should always stick with it. You know, because any change can make you know, bring some risk into it. So I've been really feeling comfortable with those insoles for the last 5 years, and he became my friend in the meantime, and he's been in Serbia for last 3-4 years of our tennis tournament, and hopefully our relationship goes on.
Yeah, I hope so too. We saw in Australia you threw away everything, but you kept your insoles, right?
Yeah, it's funny. Tamir after told me, sent me a message, I'm proud of you keeping the insoles. But yeah, it's great, as I said, you know, and then beside those people, I have good friends, and I really get along well with Andy and Yoni, of course, and my only doubles title that I won in the career was with Yoni at the Queen's Club. It was 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
So I kind of I think that the characters of Serbian people and mentality kind of get along and quite similar to Israeli.
Yeah.
Israeli nation.
In what
and
aspect?
character.
The temper, the
Just
joking,
the temper, and yeah, I was there for a couple of times, you know, in the period when I was working with my former agents and with my former fitness coach. I visited Tel Aviv a couple of times. I've been to Jerusalem, and I was very impressed. And it was breathtaking, really. The history, you know, of all the religions that are inside of Jerusalem, and just to see all those people living together, and it's incredible. You know, I admire the strength of Israeli people. You know.
Oh, that's nice to hear, I must say.
So I think there is a certain connection there, you know, between us.
There is. You're almost Israeli, but you're definitely more Serbian and very patriotic, and you're going to carry the Serbia flag in the Olympics. I guess that's a major thing for you.
Yeah, it is in a way, because you know, as an individual athlete, I do represent myself in most of the tournaments that I participate on, and there are all those very rare opportunities for an individual athlete to represent his country, and the Olympic Games are one of those events that it's an extreme pleasure and honor to be part of, and of course it's very flattering to be selected as a person who is going to carry the flag for my nation on the opening ceremony. So it's going to be the first time experience for me. I hope I will not be as nervous, but I will have over 100 athletes from Serbia behind me, so we will all try to enjoy that moment as much as we can, and you know, represent our country in the best possible way and bring medals.
Yeah, you already did that, representing your country in the Davis Cup. That was a very emotional climax for you, wasn't it, winning the Davis Cup?
Oh yeah, it was.
And your hair, you know, suffered a little bit.
Yes, my hair suffered. It has grown since quite a lot.
Has.
But yeah, that was a little joke we had, internal joke in the team, to cut our hair, you know, to shave our heads if we won the title. And you know, it came, you know, it was incredible in the end. You know, we realized that goal, and we achieved huge result at that time for our small nation, because we are not a nation of tennis. You know, we are very successful in all the team sports, and tennis kind of developed in the last 5-6 years. And Davis Cup is something that brought a lot of confidence boost and wind in the back to all of the players from Serbian team, because after that title we all started to play better.
And you're also Janko.
Exactly,
yeah.
and after that I won that title with my colleagues and my nation. I had 6 months without losing the match. So it is a special feeling when you're playing for your country. You know, it's like you cannot compare it to any other tournament, because you have all your team members on the bench beside you on every single point, cheering you up. You have, obviously, if you're playing at home, a crowd behind you. I know how it is in Ramat HaSharon.
Oh, it's crazy.
There.
You played there. You were so young.
I was playing there, and I know how noisy it is.
Yeah.
So this
well,
is,
Israelis, you know.
Yeah, but this is Davis Cup. It's a very unique competition, you know. It brings all the best into the players and into the people, because it's not about you personally. It's about the nation.
True, and you don't have it every day in the tennis life. And I guess it was even more emotional because of the history of Serbia and you growing up in Serbia. Can you share a little bit of that with us?
Yes, well, my childhood was specific in a way, you know. For all of us who come from Serbia, we were growing up and trying to develop into the professional tennis players when when country was going through a big economical crisis and problems and wars. But it was a very valuable experience for us, because now when we look at it back, we realize that actually going through that tough period made us stronger and made us appreciate what we have in life much more.
Definitely. Same in Israel, I can say. To finish this interview, I wonder, what else do you like besides tennis in your life?
Well, I love playing golf.
Oh.
You know, I love.
Are you any good?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I want to be modest here.
Yeah.
My coaches maybe would say differently, but we are at the same level. We like competing. We like also walking around in the nature. You know, I mean, I love nature. I love everything that has any kind of connection to the nature, and obviously playing any other sports. You know, and if I then have to stay calm at home because I have too much energy at times, so I want to go out. But if I have to stay in my hotel room and rest, I like to listen to the music, watch some movies, read some books, you know.
What's your favorite book? I'm into books, I must ask, you know.
You must ask. Well, I read a lot of sports psychology. I used to read that, and now I'm reading actually a trilogy of Hunger Games.
Oh, yeah, it's supposed to be excellent. Do you like it?
I'm reading the third book now, so yeah, it's interesting. Something that also keeps your mind off the tennis and off the pressure that you feel in your everyday life. So it's nice to be in that book. You know, it's a good feeling when the book takes you within and really makes you enjoy every single word.
Yeah, I'm in love with like tennis autobiography, so I'm waiting for yours like in 20 years time. No pressure.
Bit less.
Yeah, bit less. Toda rava, Novak Djokovic, for your time, and hope to see you soon in Israel. Huh?
Yes, I sincerely hope so. I say hello to all the Israeli tennis fans, sport fans, and I hope I will be there soon.
You're very much admired in Israel. Please come. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.